And we're back to actually try the method that we talked about here in this video, where we're looking at the quote unquote new method, which is running Google Ads to an offer that we're an affiliate for. We're back and we're going to actually set this up. So we know what the plan is from what we saw in the original video. Basically, the idea is we are going to find the keyword, then we're going to find an offer, which we really did all that, but really what was missing and what we're actually trying now is to walk through setting up the ad and all the components that we need to work down to the ultimate part of the plan, or the ultimate outcome based upon this plan is to get paid. Now, in reality, the plan actually looks more like this, and this is what we used ChatGPT for to break down the videos, where we were looking at what was missing, and what was missing was a realistic plan of what actually is going to happen or how long it's going to take us to put all this information together. Again, we did our keyword research, the affiliate matching or program matching the identifying keywords with the relevant affiliate program. We settled on some screwdrivers, insulated screwdrivers for electricians. And really where we are now is creating a landing page, setting up the Google Ads, and then monitor and optimize. Now I did this so you could see sort of the timestamp of where we are and how long this has taken me. This is 3:25 p.m. Friday, September 15th, 2023. This was yesterday for me. I wanted to make sure what is the current time so you could see it, and there was a timestamp. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page. You're going to see now that it is the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning. So while I was away, or while I wasn't recording, what I did is I timestamped that so you know that I started yesterday afternoon, did some work onto this into the evening, about 3 or 4 hours of just going through, doing some more research, and setting up this page that we're going to use to drive traffic to. So again, we settled on the idea of creating a page based upon the idea of bestdiyhardware.com, and we found these insulated screwdriver sets. So part of the plan is actually getting a domain, because we're going to need this domain to point to the page or register this with the page, so that when we set up our Google ad, it goes to an actual website that we own, bestdiyhardware.com. Down here, you can see we set up the custom DNS. This is part of the configuration. Inside of Groove pages, where we actually built a page. So you can see here, this is the best insulated screwdriver page. Again, this goes back to the page that I had mentioned in the other video. This was actually a template for a yoga page or a layout designed to sell a yoga offer. So what I've done is I've gone in and I've created, or I duplicated this page, and then I've edited this page to add in the screwdrivers. So using that layout that really caught my eye and the template, we went ahead and set this up. Now, I want to say again that I started yesterday afternoon and I worked for 3 hours to really plan this video out. So part of this time has been for me to plan the video, but also it took me a good 45 minutes to get this set up. And I have yet to actually publish this to the domain, because I built it on the Groove Pages domain, because part of the thing again is I had to register bestdiyhardware.com over at Namecheap, change the DNS settings, which takes a good 12 to 24 hours to propagate. So inside of Groove, what I've done is, if you go under my settings, here under settings and billing inside of Groove, that takes you over to the domain setup, where you actually connect the domains that you own with your Groove account so you can publish pages on those domains that you own. So now I've got to go under manage. You can see that it was pending verification from yesterday because I set up the connection between Namecheap and Groove. So I'm going to go ahead and click to verify that domain, and I'm going to validate that DNS. And you can see now that is secure and connected. So that connection has been set up, but I want you to understand the time frame that we're under here, and thinking, oh, I'm going to set this up, this new method. I'm going to click here and create an ad, run it over to an offer. No, you have to build a page. Then you have to do this technical stuff where you have to actually get a domain. You have to connect it to your page builder. And then in this case, I have to choose a primary app, which is going to be Groove Pages. That's just telling Groove Pages, or inside of my Groove account, that I'm going to link that domain as the primary app is going to be GroovePages. Then I'm going to close this. Then I'm going to go back to my page under publish. We're going to set up the hosting options. We are going to choose a custom domain and we are going to select best DIY hardware. The location here is going to be root and we are going to publish this website. Then once that website is published, we're going to take a look at the page, make sure it is actually being hosted on that domain. Because if you go back and I'll bring down this URL bar so you can see it into the screen, this is where I originally published the page as I was building it out, as I was staging the page and waiting for those domain settings to propagate. Again, you have to add all that into the time. So to say 24 hours that you're going to get this up and running, or you're going to start making $100 a day in 24 hours, you have to have all this infrastructure in place, which goes back to the what's missing video where I said, let's be realistic about this and really look at some of the things that were glossed over. So the idea here is, again, I'm going to now publish this page. I'm going to go back to Groove. We are going to check out the current page. I'm going to open this in a new tab. It's now going to open up under bestdiyhardware.com, best insulated screwdrivers for electricians. So now we have our page published. Now, one thing that I haven't done to this page is I haven't added any disclaimers or anything like that. So this ad may get rejected for the fact that I haven't taken that next step to link this out and add any disclaimers. I did add the Amazon disclaimer down here because I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I made sure I had that, but I didn't add any terms of service or any support links or anything like that because I didn't want to go too far on testing this before we could see if we could actually get the ad set up. So again, going back to the plan based on what we saw in the video, sort of the high level, sort of what we would like to work or what we'd like to see happen and start making $24 or making $100 a day in 24 hours is find a keyword. So we did that. Find an offer, and we did that over at Amazon. And again, we are still here under set up the ad. Now, I did use ChatGPT to create more of a realistic or better plan based upon the original video from Builderpreneur. So create a landing page and then set up Google Ads. So really this is the next stage, is we need to move on and set up our Google ad. But we are going to go back and take a look at keyword research for a second to make sure that we really understand, or just to make sure that we're on the same page from the last video of where we're at with that. And the idea here is the keyword is best insulated screwdrivers for electricians. Now, you can see that I am part of the Google Search Labs, or I have the generative AI experience turned on, which is experimental. So if I search for this keyword, this is what I actually see. The AI generates this informational post, and then it gives this information for Amazon and the other tools, which are some of the tools that we're actually promoting. So that's what it's going to look like. Now, if you don't have that turned on, it's just going to deliver this right here, and it's going to show you this first website, which is interesting. And I want to show you this website because this was part of the research that I did, where I continued from the last video. So I want to show you that site because I definitely want to take a look, because they are the organic competition. They are ranking for this keyword for free. We're trying to go for this keyword by paying Google to get above this result. So if I was to open up an incognito window where I'm not logged in to Google and I run this same keyword, or I ask Google for the result for the same keyword, best insulated screwdrivers for electricians, you're going to see a little different layout. The sponsored ads here are going to be products, where people are paying to have their actual product displayed here in this carousel, so you can actually click and buy the product. What we're going for is an ad that looks more like what you see down here from Thomasnet, where they are getting someone to click through to learn more about the best screwdrivers. So ours will actually say ad, it'll be sponsored, but it'll show the URL like they see here, or like the person that's searching for this keyword will see here, and we're going for this click down here. But this is our competition that we will be going up against, but we aren't running directly to the product because we don't own the product. We are an affiliate, so we need to set up our page and get people to click on the results like you see here. Like if you scroll down towards the bottom, our page is going to look like this. Best Reviews has a sponsored page, 5 best insulated screwdrivers of 2023. So really this is our competition, even though we will be competing against all of these product display ads. So again, going back to us being logged in and taking a look at this website here, if you click through this website, this is another way, or this could be a different way that we could actually run this. And this was mentioned in the original Builderpreneur video where he talked about running different types of pages, or running your traffic or running your ads and having people click through to different types of pages. So for example, if we wanted to go to the next level and we wanted to set up an article and we weren't going for SEO, but we were looking to get people to click through to a page and give them tons of information like what you see here, we could set this up and we could create a best list like they've done here to actually win the SEO ranking, or to win the results, the number one spot in the SERPs. Then we could go that direction and sort of create a page that's solely designed to be a one-page advertisement, but to actually be information like what you're getting here. Those are different types of pages, and you could go through that and see exactly what's happening with the different pages that you're seeing. It's also the sponsored results. But the idea here is we picked these products that we saw over on Amazon. And then on Amazon, I want to dive into this a little bit as well. What we're doing is we are selecting the text link, and I have set up a tracking ID called Best DIY Hardware to track the clicks on this link. And I've done that for each one of the products that I picked over on my page, which you see here that I built in GroovePages that I've now linked to bestdiyhardware.com. So I have these 3 screwdrivers, and I picked these screwdrivers based upon the recommendations and the reviews that we saw, and I actually borrowed some of the reviews from Amazon and put those on my page as well to add a little proof. Based upon the headline, the best screwdriver set for electricians according to 5,300 plus customer reviews. Of course, all those customer reviews come from Amazon, and they're on each of these product pages. So each of these product pages have a set of reviews. So then what I did is I let ChatGPT write me some bullet points, the bullet points that you see there. And then again, like I said, I took these bullet points that ChatGPT wrote from the descriptions of the products. Then I added those bullet points here on my page, and then added the specifications for each screwdriver set. And then these reviews were copied straight from the actual Amazon page. So these are real reviews from Amazon. And then of course, these buttons here, check price now, are going to each Amazon page, which is my affiliate link. So again, we are still here setting up the ad. We bought the domain, we set up the page, we use ChatGPT to assist us in writing some quote unquote sales copy, or taking the information from the product pages and making it something that we could put onto our page. So we're still here setting up the ad, walking through that plan, that part of the plan. Again, ChatGPT gave us the realistic plan for creating a landing page here, or setting the tone for the fact that we need to create the landing page and then move into the Google Ads, which is what we're going to do now by going back to Keyword Planner and understanding that we are just simply going for this one keyword. Now, understanding the strategy, understanding that we are simply going to go for one keyword based upon what we saw here. If we were to click on this keyword and look at the actual competition, the competition is low, but the average monthly searches are low as well. So don't expect to get an influx of clicks, as well as we're going up against competition. So this will come when we actually set up our ad, how much we're able to spend. Of course, we have to think about the strategy itself. We have to be able to spend less than what we're going to make based upon people clicking through and purchasing our offer. It's a math problem at the end of the day. And this strategy doesn't really give us a lot of room for error, because we're going to spend a set amount of money. We're going to get a click. And then after that click, we pay Google. And then whatever happens after that click is up to us to convert into a sale. So we get the click, then we either get the sale or we don't get the sale. Then we get another click, we get the sale or we don't get the sale, and it becomes a math problem. How much do those clicks cost? And then how much money are we making based upon how much we're spending on ads? If we make more than we spend, then we're in profit and we're doing good. If we don't, then the strategy doesn't work and we need to go back and we need to adjust. So we either need to adjust our keywords, add new keywords, and then check, okay, well, we're getting clicks, so our Google ad is cool, but they're hitting our page and nothing's happening after that. Now we need to go and reevaluate the strategy. And of course, we don't have any mechanism for follow-up at all in this simple strategy, but we're just getting started with this idea and this concept of driving traffic to a page that we built to let people know about the offer that we're an affiliate for, which is sort of the first stage of setting up our traffic source over to our offer. And of course, if you're familiar with my top strategy because you've been here on the channel for a while, you know that I start with traffic. I start with traffic here on YouTube, picking a topic of helpful content, of creating helpful content around a very specific topic, which is a problem. And then I drive people over to an offer. And then once people see that offer, what I do then is I give them a chance, or I set it up so then those people actually wind up on an email list, and then that gives me the ability to follow up with them. Again, it doesn't waste, or the traffic isn't wasted, because once they see the offer, then I add them to an email list, and it allows me to communicate with them one-on-one in their email inbox and follow up with them. This strategy is a little different. We're simply just going to be driving traffic. Again, this traffic isn't YouTube. That's my strategy, but the traffic here is coming from paid traffic on Google. It's going to go straight to the offer, affiliate link click. Either they purchase and we earn a commission, or they don't. This section down here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to X out people, because that's not going to happen. We're not building an email list with the strategy. Traffic straight to an offer page. Either they click the affiliate link, they click the button on the page to buy now, and then they either buy or they don't buy. So we're back inside of Google Ads. This is our keyword. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to actually set that up for this keyword down here. And to do that, I thought, why not go ahead and head over to ChatGPT and let ChatGPT assist us. If you don't know how to run a Google ad and you want some guidance, why not ask ChatGPT, do you know the format for a Google ad for website traffic? Yes, Google ad for website traffic, specifically search ads, have a specific format. Here's a breakdown of the format. Final URL, headline, display path, description lines, extensions, ad strength indicator. So we're going to need all of this information. So what I did is I just said, can you create an ad for the keyword best insulated screwdrivers for electricians, which is our keyword? And certainly he went ahead, or ChatGPT, our AI assistant, our chat buddy, gave us an example. You can see they used a cool name, toolspro.com. That might or might not be taken. It's actually a really cool URL. It came up with an example. And of course it said, please note this is a fictional ad, and the URL as well as the details provided are made up for this demonstration and demonstration purposes only. So if you want to set up a real campaign, which is what we're doing. So I went ahead and I said, great, thanks. Now read this landing page. Of course, this was a landing page that I created over on GroovePages. Now it is on Best DIY Hardware. But it read that page using the plugin, and now ChatGPT has given us all the information that we need to actually set up our page, or set up our ad to go over to the page that we created. It created our headline, it created the display path, the description, the extensions, and now all we have to do is take this information and fill it into the Google ad, which we're going to do right now by going under Create. We're going to select Create. We're going to create a campaign. We're going to go for website traffic. And down here, you're going to see some conversion goals. These are conversion goals for what I do inside of this ad account for YouTube. So we're going to go ahead, and if it will let me, I don't think it will let me remove that one. So we'll go ahead and we will just continue, and we'll ignore that for now. So what we're doing here, we're going to set up a campaign. The campaign type is going to be search, get in front of high intent customers at the right time on Google search. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select that. And then you're going to see, select the ways you'd like to reach your goal. Here we want to put in the website. Of course, this is our page here, bestdiyhardware.com, best insulated screwdrivers for electricians. So we'll go ahead and we will put that in there. And then we have a campaign name, and we'll call this Best DIY Hardware, and we'll just put in that keyword, and we will say continue. Here we have to set up our bidding. This is how we're going to spend our money. We're just going to go for clicks, and we're going to click clicks. We're going to click clicks. Creating new campaigns is easier and features. Okay, cancel that, exit the guide, leave. Let me select clicks. I'm going to select clicks. Set maximum cost. You could click this. Maximum CPC bid limit. Here you can say bid limit is an advanced option for people who want more control over their ad strategy. Here you could set your maximum bid. So for example, if you didn't want to bid over, say, 25 cents, which is probably really expensive, or let's just go ahead and say 50 cents. We're willing to bid 50. That says $50. Bid 50 cents. We'll go ahead and say next. So that way we don't bid over 50 cents, meaning that if it's more than 50 cents to win the click, Google won't let us spend that any more money than 50 cents. And then we'll say here, we want to go ahead and we want to say we only want to be on the search network. And we're going to go down here and we're going to say, because I'm running this to an Amazon offer. And again, all this information was in the Builderpreneur video. He did a great job setting this up. We'll go ahead and say English, audience segments. If you take a look at this, this is how you'd be able to drill down into different segments for your campaign. And you can take a look at that. All this stuff's going to be information and things that you need to definitely look at as you go through and you learn more about Google Ads. But we're just trying to get the thing set up quick as possible to understand that we're going to be using Google Ads to actually just get clicks over to our page. Here you're going to see some other things, ad rotation, start and end dates. Of course, this is not going to end. There's no end date, so it'll just keep spending money. Ad schedule all day, campaign URL, brand restrictions. We'll go ahead and we'll say next. Here you can see it took our best insulated screwdrivers for electricians and it entered the keywords for us. It gave us a list of keywords. Now understand that we may or may not be able to bid on some of these based upon the fact that these are branded keywords. So we may not be able or may not be allowed to do that. Make sure that you can bid on these keywords, meaning that that brand allows you to do that. But we don't want to go and do any of that actually. We want to keep this very, very simple because we are looking for just people that are interested in that one keyword. And there are tons of options. Okay, new keywords experience, exit. I don't want you to tell me what I'm doing. I just want you to let me enter the keyword because we're going to enter the keyword best insulated screwdrivers for electricians. So we're going to enter that keyword here and we're just going to enter that. Now there are operators that you can add. You can add like plus symbols. You can add things down here, broad match, phrase match. You can add exact match by putting things in brackets. For now, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to see what this gets us. And we are going to say add more keywords. We're just going to say, okay, that's the only keyword we're interested in. Then we come down here and this is where we actually get into setting up our ad. And again, these are all the things that we need to fill out. The display path, we'll go back to Google or go back to ChatGPT, setting up our Google ad. Here is what it gave us. We have the headline. We also have the display path. What we want to do is we want to use this. So we went with electrician and then screwdrivers. So we'll go back and this is what's actually going to show up in the ad. It's basically Google's way of just allowing us to create something that will grab the attention. So when people see the ad, they'll say, oh, bestdiyhardware.com, electrician screwdrivers. I'm looking for screwdrivers for electricians. This makes sense. Then we'll come down here and we will add the headlines. You can of course add 15 different headlines and Google Ads will rotate and split test for you. I just want to keep this super simple to get this set up. We have the headlines here. Headline 1 is best insulated screwdrivers. So we'll just go ahead and we're just going to pop these in. And we'll do this real quick while we're here in the video because again, I'm making the video to show you the realistic aspect of the time that it takes to go through. And this is just even simple to the point of I'm running through this and saying, okay, let's get this ad up and running and let's get this going to say, and you can pin one of these. I want to pin this one here as the one that is always on the top, saying that this is the recommended one and say, okay, pin this in position 1 and we'll say that, or you could let Google do this for you. And again, this is part of the thing. This is part of the time and understanding the time that it takes and the realistic aspect or the time aspect of getting this all set up within 24 hours and actually seeing $100 a day within 24 hours. Just learning that you're going to have to go through, set up these headlines, set up these display paths, understand what they are. And now you can see what our ad is going to look like. That's going to look like if it pops back up, you can see right there, trusted by 5,300 plus electricians, exclusive one-time offer. And then we're going to keep scrolling down through here and we're going to keep filling out this ad. We need a description. We'll go back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave us this description. Hopefully this works. Sometimes ChatGPT gives us a little too much information. Let's see if it fits within the 90 characters. And there you can see that it is 132 characters. It's too long. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and I'm going to copy this. And I'm just going to give it another set of instructions here. Please make these less than 90 characters each. Sure, here are the revised descriptions. And again, this is part of the process, but you're learning, you're understanding, and if you're taking action by following this video, you are a step ahead of everyone by actually getting your ad up and seeing what happens. Yes, it's going to cost you money. Yes, you're going to have to spend time to do it, but this is what we do as affiliate marketers, and this is how we work through the process. We go ahead and now we're going to copy this. We're going to go back and we're going to finish this ad, and we are getting closer, and there is some lag here in what I'm doing, but what I did is I just copied and pasted that into the description box. I'm going to go ahead and go back to ChatGPT here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that one, go back to Google and add in that description. And then at this point, I think we should have everything that we need for the ad to be set up. And you can see here some things that are happening over here. We have weekly estimates. It's still crunching these numbers and thinking about what's going on. Campaign currently does not have information to provide accurate estimates, and that's fine. But you can also see here it's trying to get us a preview of what it's going to look like, and that's what our ad's going to look like for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and we're going to say next, because we filled in all that information. And again, we went and we got all that information just by letting ChatGPT write the ad for us after we created our page, by utilizing information that we already found, doing research on that keyword, the pages that are out there, the people that are ranking for that. When we're looking at SEO, they're not really our competition, but they are, because we want to be able to compete. We want our ad to give solid information just as much as the information, or just as good and as much as the information that you see, even though we're running a strictly just a page to show our affiliate link. In reality, we still want to be able to provide helpful information and show people the best products based upon the reviews over at Amazon. So we're kind of just doing the legwork for them by showing them the reviews. But at the end of the day, this strategy is about getting people to click and become traffic over to our offer, and then get them over to Amazon. And then of course that 24-hour cookie, thinking and seeing, like what we saw in Austin's video, in the original video where we were talking about what's missing. He actually didn't sell any smokers, but he made money through this strategy by selling other products, because once people land on Amazon, their mind might shift and they might see something they're interested in and buy it. And if they do it within that 24 hours, then you earn a commission. So now we're back here. We have our daily budget of $12.60. And you can see that's okay. You can see down here the estimates. It's saying no traffic expected. Of course, that's because of the volume of this keyword. Of course, we may have to change that if we don't ever see any traffic. Lots of times it'll say stuff like this, and it's giving you the information in your best interest because you're setting this up. But understand that this is part of the process. We may have to go back and add additional keywords, but we need to think about those keywords strategically and logically and say, let's make sure that we're only adding keywords, not just for the sake of getting a click, but for the sake of getting the right click over to our page and our offer. So we'll go ahead and we'll set this up and we'll see what happens. It's checking for errors. We might have errors. We might not have errors. We'll go ahead and we'll let this finish and we'll see what it says. But again, go back and look at the time that we spent here. Of course, we started this yesterday, or I started this yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. We're about 30 minutes into this already here in this video. Of course, we've walked through everything to set up this ad to start generating traffic. And what's happening here, it says it's checking for errors. We're going to click on review. Or if I scroll down, it says it's still saving, so something's going on. Your ad has issues that will prevent it from showing on Google search. That might be because of certain brand names that we used or certain things that we said in our copy that's not allowed. Here on our budget, it says an error occurred. Please try again later. I'm not sure what's happening. It's just sort of stuck here. It says saving. It's checking for errors. I don't have an issue with my internet connection. So again, part of the process, and that is what we're trying to do. So let's see. I'll go ahead and I'll refresh this. I don't really want to refresh this because I'm going to lose my work. but I don't really see an option at this point other than to say, why are you not? I get it. They're review errors. So let's see. Yeah, I know none of my ads are running because I don't have any ads running currently. Let's see. Let's go back to budget and see if it'll take us back to budget so we can fix it. Because what we're doing is we're looking, it says budget and keywords. It won't even take me back to budget or keywords. Oh no, here we go. Took me back to budget, but it doesn't actually say there is an error there. The keywords. Where are my keywords? An error occurred. Please try again later. So I have an error here. So there's some error here inside of the final URL, and this is just extremely slow for some reason. All right, so it appears this thing is just stuck checking for errors. I go back and I toggled the budget back and forth between recommended. I increased the budget. It says it's trying to review it. It says it's trying to save, processing the request. So again, here you see that even this, something that should be super simple and straightforward, isn't even working. So it's adding to our time and definitely my frustration. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh and reload this page and see what happens. I may lose everything and have to start over again. If I do, I'm not going to make you suffer through what we're doing here. But I want you to understand that when you look at this and you're saying to yourself, what's the plan? The plan is to find a keyword. Then the plan is to find an offer. Then the plan is to set up an ad. Then the big idea here is to get paid. That's what we're doing all this for, right? But you see that this just simply decided not to work. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Google Ads. Now, for some reason, Google Ads isn't even working. Maybe the site is down. Maybe it's being overloaded. But the idea and the concept was here to set up and try this. And at this point, I've covered everything that I can. So I'm going to have to cut this off and make another video to come back and show you actually getting the Google Ads set up and get the campaign up and running. But we've done everything that we can do. We bought the domain. We set up the page. We've done our research. We let ChatGPT guide us and assist us in setting up the ad or the structure for the ad. But right now, inside of Google Ads, you can see that I've refreshed this. You can see definitely something's going on with Google Ads here. This isn't correct. It shouldn't be displaying the page like that. But you can see that now it says my budget is 0, which obviously I didn't set a 0 budget. So let's go ahead and click on budget and see if we can get this going. It was $12.60. So let's just say $12 a day. And I don't need to add that. Let's just say $12 a day. Let's go ahead and say next. And let's go ahead. We're going to have to review this whole thing. Going to have to confirm it's me. Okay. Now this is going to require me to log in. So I'm going to do this and pause. So all I did there is verify that it was me on my phone, on my Google app. And now you can see again, something's going on with Google Ads inside of this page. But let's see. I want to make sure because it's saying publish campaign. But let's say United States, search network, search partners, maximize clicks. English broad match is turned off. Let's see. There still says something's wrong with the budget. Let's go back to keyword and ads here. This is definitely taking longer. Here we don't have a keyword. It didn't save our keyword. So I'm going to go ahead and paste our keyword back in there. And then we'll go ahead and say, okay, now we have our keyword. So we're going to go ahead and say again, yeah, and it didn't save our ad, so we're going to have to do all that again. I'm not going to make you suffer through that. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and I'll be right back. All right, so now what I've done is I went ahead and re-entered all this information. Now we have our ad. You can see right there. Again, it's thinking about it. It's found our website. We were getting an error there. Now we have the display path. And these are all things, again, following anything that you're trying to do to generate traffic, anything you're doing to build a business online, you're going to have to walk through these steps. And when you're frustrated and you're like, this isn't going to work, advertisers in your country commonly use a budget of at least $20. Increasing, of course, they're going to say increase the budget. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and leave that at $12. Again, Google Ads is having problems with this page. You can see this isn't supposed to be like this. Errors on the page. We're going to go ahead and just go ahead with this. We have one keyword, one ad. And we're going to click Publish Campaign. Your campaign cannot run ads with missing information. Your campaign will not serve ads. Additional information is needed for your campaign. Cancel. Again, we set up budget. What's it saying we need to review? It's not saying we need to review anything. So you can see that now I'm not able to publish this because simply Google Ads is not working. Let me go ahead and refresh this one more time and I'll be right back. So at this stage, what I've done is I've added best screwdrivers for electricians to try to get the weekly clicks up to 0. My only assumption here is that it won't let me move forward because it's going to say that I'm not going to be able to spend any of my money based upon my keywords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Keyword Planner and I'm going to look for best screwdrivers for electricians and see if I can generate some more keywords. But here you see best screwdrivers for electricians. Look, and it says it has a average monthly searches of 170. So let's go ahead and grab this one as well. Best electrician screwdriver set. Go back to our ad and then we will add in that one as well. And then we will say, okay, now we have those 3 keywords. Let's see, and it's still not estimating any weekly clicks whatsoever, which doesn't seem right to me based even upon the keyword planner. It's complaining about this, so we'll go ahead and update that to $20 just to see if it'll let us move forward, because it was complaining about our budget as well. Now, typically you can go over those. It is saying no traffic expected. I get that. We're still having this error here, which is not giving me the warm and fuzzies about Google Ads right now. But we have 3 keywords. We have 1 ads. Now, it is still saying to review something here, but this, I get it, right? No traffic targeting. So we'll go ahead and we'll publish. Your campaign cannot run with missing information. Your campaign will not serve ads. Publish. So we're going to go ahead and publish it and see what happens. We may have to see what they say, decline it, give us some more information. We'll come back with that when we actually get this up and running and we get to the next level of the plan, which obviously once we set up our Google Ads, which we hit publish after going through all those errors and just weird issues with Google Ads, which I didn't expect out of the things that would be broken. I didn't expect Google Ads to be throwing errors on their page when I'm trying to set that up. But now you can see that our ad groups are under review. So you can see here that we've created the campaign, but I want to highlight this. And this is what I was really trying to get to. I know we went through all of that stuff just to get here. But again, I want to set realistic expectations, and realistic expectations are policy review after you set up the ads. To think about the fact that you're going to set this up and start making money within 24 hours. Policy review in progress, 1 to 2 days. Now that 1 day is 24 hours technically, but this is the process that we went through. This is what we had to do. I wanted to make sure that in this Let's Try video, you saw exactly what was missing, exactly the things that were just glossed over in the other 2 videos, not intentionally, not on purpose. I'm not saying that they did it on purpose because it doesn't make for a great video that gets tons and tons of views. All right. But if this type of video helps you, let me know in the comments. If you appreciate it, I would appreciate time letting me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.